Hey everyone, welcome back to Wixfix. I hope you're having a fantastic day. My name is Ryan and welcome to another episode of Editor X Simplified, a series where we take the very complex Editor X and we simplify it to make it easier to use. For today's video, we're going to primarily be focusing on stacks. Let's go ahead and jump right in. So here we have a heading, a paragraph, and a button. If we don't stack them together, then on smaller screen sizes, we might see the content start to overlap and look really ugly. So if we grab each one of these elements, then you'll notice we have an option to stack them together. So now when we resize the screen, instead of the content overlapping, you'll start to notice that they're just wrapping, which is exactly what we want. But now that we have a stack, let's come over here to our inspector panel and see different options that we have for it. If you don't see the inspector panel, you can easily just toggle it on and off right here. And we'll come down to the display settings right here. The first thing you'll have is item spacing. And this basically shows the spacing in between our different elements. So the spacing in between the heading and paragraph and the paragraph and button. Right now, you'll notice that it's set to mix, and that's because we have basically no spacing in between the title and paragraph and just a little bit of spacing in between the paragraph and button. So if we just change this to 20, then we'll actually notice that we have 20 pixels of spacing here and 20 pixels of spacing here. But let's say we maybe do want a little bit more spacing in between the paragraph and button. So let's actually grab this paragraph text. We'll come down to the docking area and you'll notice that we have 20 pixels of margin on the bottom because that's what we applied in the stack settings for item spacing. But we can easily just change this to 30 pixels. And then you'll already notice that we have a little bit more spacing here than we do up here. But if I go ahead and grab the stack again, then you'll notice that item spacing basically got reset to mix because now we don't have the same values in between our different elements. The next thing we'll cover is align items. So as of right now, all of our elements are aligned to the left, but maybe we want to play around with the design and see what it looks like centered, which that looks pretty nice. Maybe we want to see what it looks like on the right, or maybe on desktop, we want it to align to the left, but then on tablet, then we can align it to the center. And with just a little bit of tweaking, it can look really, really nice. And last but not least, what we have here is justify, which justify basically stretches all of the elements inside of the stack to 100% width. Now I did this for the title because before, if you notice, it was only coming out to right about here. And then it also switched the button from a fixed sizing to a fluid sizing and made it 100% width. Now, realistically, I don't typically like doing that because I prefer buttons to look like this and be fixed widths, but I would highly recommend you grab the title text and we just go ahead and set this to 100% width. That way it doesn't wrap as soon as you may want it to. So it looks a little bit like that and it looks a little better. But let's go ahead and move down to something like this. Let's say we wanted to create a stack that had something like this, where there's something not just vertically, but also horizontally. So if I just try and grab all of these elements together, you'll notice that we don't even have an option to stack them. So in order to stack these, what we actually need to do is grab these elements right here. We'll go ahead and press place in a container. With this container, I do want to just add a little grid inside of it. And for these columns, we'll set these to minimum width. We'll do that for this second column as well. And then we'll add like 20 pixel gap in between them. So we have something like that. But now if I go ahead and grab the container grid that we created, and then we grab the paragraph and title, now we will have an option for stack. And now we have basically a responsive little stack here with some vertical elements as well. Now, creating stacks isn't the only way to display content like this. Some people have some trouble using stacks, or they just prefer this method, which is actually just using containers. So for example, if I just grab a container and place it on our website, then I can add a 1x3 grid. And I'm just going to copy and paste these text elements over. For this title, we want it in the top grid cell, and we'll go ahead and align it to the left middle and set it to 100% width. Then let's do that for the paragraph, but we'll make sure we place it in this middle grid cell. So middle grid cell, align it to the left, middle, and 100% width. And last but not least, we'll grab this button and we'll place it here in this third row. Just like that. We'll center it and send it to the left. So now with this container, what we can do is remove the height. Then we can come to each row and set this to minimum content. And then if we grab the container again, come over to the grid layout and come over to gaps, then we can maybe add like a 24 pixel gap here. And now in between each of our items, we have 24 pixels. Now, similar to what we did up here, where we actually added more space in between the paragraph and button, in order to do that here, what we can do is a similar method. We can just grab the paragraph itself and just maybe add a little bit of margin. So if we wanted a 30 pixel gap in between our button and paragraph, and we already have a 24 pixel gap, then we only need to add an additional 6 pixel to the bottom margin. And now we technically have 30 pixels here. And the last thing, of course, that you want to do is just remove the background color from the grid. So this is another version of creating a grid if you wanted to. This really comes down to personal preference. Now, personally, I feel like creating them this way is just a little bit more tedious. Also, if we consider a section like this, we have one main grid. Then we have a grid over here on this left side that holds 3 rows of content. And then inside of that, we have another grid with 3 rows of content for the title, paragraph, and button. Now, my personal preference thinks that this is too many grids, so I would almost prefer doing a method like this, where there's one main grid, then there is the secondary grid with the 3 columns, with these 3 rows, and then we have stacks inside of this. So that's kind of my personal preference, even though it's not necessarily the right or wrong way. So if you personally don't like using stacks, then feel free to just create them with containers. And the last thing that I kind of want to show you is 3 minor mistakes that you may come across when building and using stacks. And I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on how you can prevent them when making your own stacks. So if we take a look at the stack here on desktop, it looks really nice. But when we start resizing it, you're going to notice that it starts looking really weird and really wonky. So this actually contains 3 minor mistakes. The first one is with this title element right here. We kind of want all of our text elements to be 100% width. So that way it doesn't wrap as soon and it looks a little bit nicer like that as we start resizing the screen. With this paragraph, what we'll notice is that it stops shrinking after we get to a certain size and it doesn't really look that nice. And that's because this paragraph actually has a minimum width on it. So if we go ahead and turn this off, then what we'll notice is it starts shrinking the whole time. But one thing that we can do is maybe grab the whole stack and set a minimum width to the whole stack of 600 pixels. And now, once the stack reaches 600 pixels, it stops shrinking. So it looks a little bit better like that. And the last thing I will mention is with this button. Of course, when we resize the screen, it's no longer aligned to the left and it looks really weird. So if we go ahead and grab this button, we'll notice that it's actually docked to the right instead of the left. So once we fix that, we should have a stack that looks really, really nice. So obviously, if you have your content aligned to the left, you want to make sure that all of your content is docked to the left. And if your content is aligned to the right, then you want to make sure that all of your content is docked to the right. And last but not least, if your content is centered just like this, you want to make sure that it is not docked to either the left or right. And that's basically going to wrap it up for today's video. If you all did enjoy, please consider giving this video a like and consider subscribing for more Wix and Editor X content coming out really soon. Thank you all again, and I'll see you on the next one.